Well, good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back to the pit at Quincy Notre Dame High School as we are just a little bit behind schedule after an exciting double overtime finish between Bishop O'Connell and Booker T. Washington. It is time for the host school to take flight here tonight at the Quincy Shootout as the Notre Dame Raiders play host to one of the most storied franchises in the history of Illinois high school basketball, Jack, the Simeon Wolverines. It is going to be size and speed from Simeon against this youthful Raiders squad who may have their hands cut out for a little bit for them tonight. This is going to be a tough game for the Raiders.
Well, we saw the White Raiders last year take on a pretty talented squad. They didn't back away at all, and they've got a little advantage being here at home, and both teams getting a chance to dunk before the game, so they're having a good time with that. And the fans are starting to fill in a little bit. Not a big crowd. You would think QD would fill this place up for a game like this, but that's probably because they're home watching it on Central Illinois Sports.
We're so glad you're watching alongside with us here tonight on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll step aside for a quick break and get you ready for this one. Don't go anywhere. It's the Raiders and the Wolverines your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincymedgroup.com/sports injury.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal, here to help you with your banking needs and more. And hey, check out that online loan application tool at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Well, Jack, we talk about the Simeon Wolverines. We mentioned it in our last spot. One of the most storied programs in the history of Illinois, one of the most celebrated public league programs, 7 state championships, 5 other trophies. Their list of alumni that have played at high-level basketball, Derrick Rose, Nick Anderson, Jabari Parker, the list goes on. This is an amazing, amazing public school program that is looking for a new home at Christmas time. They're not coming back to Pontiac after this season.
Wow. They've
Maybe
been there a lot of years. Quincy used to go there back in the Michael Payne and Bruce Douglas days. But, they've been going to Collinsville. But back in those days, that was the place that you always wanted to be, was Pontiac, for the Christmas tournament. I think maybe we could see a Simeon come down and be in the MVIT or something. Huh?
Maybe so. Julian Doyle, Lorenzo Shields, both were all tournament selections at the Pontiac Holiday Tournament. A couple of names to keep an eye on here Andre Tyler, the 6'6 junior, has some Division I offers out. On the other side for this team from Greg Altmix's Notre Dame Raiders, Greg Altmix takes over for Kevin Meyer after he stepped away. A team that's got a lot of upper-class talent on it, Jack, and a team that has kind of done what every 10-6 team does. Plays well against teams that are simply just not as good as they are, but struggles against some upper-level competition. They're still trying to find their footing here this season.
Well, I think this is a squad that as they get to know Greg Altmix and do his program, they'll find out they can really be a solid program because they got good size, a lot of depth in this basketball program, but you won't find a better basketball coach than Greg Altmix anywhere in the state of Illinois. Q&D ought to be tickled to death to have landed him for maybe his last stop in coaching.
We'll step away for another break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, the Farm and Home starting lineups and more. Don't go anywhere. It's the Wolverines and the Raiders on Central Illinois Sports.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Kepi. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Fostered Farm Equipment has served our community since 1986, carrying the quality brands you know and trust. Now in our second generation, we are proud to continue our family's legacy of quality customer service from showroom to field. We offer new, used, and consignment sales, so whether you're working 1 acre or 1,000, we have something for every operation. Our customers work hard. That's why we work hard to keep America's farmer in the field and not in the shop. We look forward to serving our community and customers for decades to come.
About sick of winter, are you? That's the bad news. I don't think the winter's going to end anytime soon. The good news is we have a winter sale, so anything you might be looking for winter is on sale right now at your local Farm and Home Supply, including 30% off all Burn outerwear and Noble Outfitters outerwear. And the bird's always hungry. You got a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed for $16.99, or buy more, save more with our suet cakes, 5 for under $5. Keep your handsies and toesies warm. We got 25% off all of our casual shoes or Kinko winter gloves.
Find all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Welcome you back here for the Farm and Home starting lineups from snacks, hoodies, power tools, and more. No other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. And hey, we are not done with winter yet. Go get your home winter supplies. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, it's Tim Flowers as Simeon Wolverines. A 6'2 senior is number 2, Lorenzo Shields. A 6'3 junior, number 3, is Cassidy Nelson. The 6'6 senior inside is Julian Doyle. He wears number 15. The other two starters on this team is number 4, Isaiah Coleman, along with number 5, Kamari Hamlin, as we've got a couple of players that were not in the original program, so we don't have some heights and years on them. We apologize for that. Simeon Wolverines will be in their road royal blues with yellow trim for the road team. And for the home team on the scoreboard, it'll be the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. Greg Altmix had his first year here at Quincy Notre Dame. Their starting lineup, the guard, a 5'11 senior, is number 3, Alex Dance. At guard, a 6'2 junior, number 15, Jace Allensworth. At 1 forward, a 6'4 junior, number 20 is Jackson Canoyer. At forward, a 6'5 junior, number 22 is Robbie Reed. And at the other guard, a 6-foot junior, number 24 is Bo Efting. Brian Shoemaker, Jack Hull, John Hull on the call for you tonight here live from the pit. It's the Quincy Shootout, game number 3 of 4 here for you tonight. Chaminade takes on Shawnee Mission Northwest in our nightcap after we're done with this one. The lights come back on here at Quincy Notre Dame.
That is an interesting lineup that changed about halfway through.
We have been scouring the interwebs and a couple of text messages to get Simeon's lineup updated and accurate here, so we hope we have it right. We apologize if we were missing a couple of things.
Well, we'll bring you the ball game. That's the big part.
Just some old boys from the Pike County trying to bring you a ball game here. Robbie Reed will step in for Quincy Notre Dame. And on the opposite side, it'll be number 15, Julian Doyle. We are up and underway here at Quincy Notre Dame. They'll get it into the hands over on Allensworth. Back up top of the key, this is Alex Dance with it. Works to the left side, back into the hands of Allensworth. They try to find Canoyer inside. They'll get him the basketball. Bullies up, moves to the left side. Gets nicely blocked inside, nowhere to go. Eftink with it as they work it back over to the right.
10 on the shot clock.
10 seconds left on the shot clock as Dance works around with it. They try to dump it down. It gets kicked away. They've got to get it up. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Nobody's going to get it off, and it's going to be a shot clock violation as Simeon starts out with an impressive defensive stance on the first turnover of the evening.
One thing about Simeon, you don't just think about running up and down the court. They play the defensive side.
Nelson will bring it across the time stripe for Simeon. Royal blue jerseys, bright yellow numbers and letters and trim tonight for the visitors. Shields with it, takes up a 3 off the left side of the iron, no good. Almost rebounded, it's loose, battled around. Now here comes Hamlin with it. Loses the basketball on the floor as it was knocked away by Allensworth. The teams trade turnovers to start here. Allensworth goes up high off the glass and good. It's Jace Allensworth with the first basket of the ball game. And Quincy Notre Dame takes an early 2-0 lead. Quincy Notre Dame has not played a lot of home games this season. They just played recently against Pittsfield. That was their first time in a calendar month that they had been on their home floor. Long 3 out of the hands of Hamlin. No good. Fight for the rebound. Raced down by Bo Eftink. He'll work it up to Canoyer on the left side. They work it back around into the hands of Alex Dance. Dance off the pick from Reed. .18 seconds left to go here on the shot clock as QND definitely trying to slow this basketball game down just a little bit. Simeon's defense making that pretty easy for him. Fadeaway shot up and good as Canoyer knocks it down for 2. QND up to an early 4-0 lead here on the Ridgeline Sales Group LLC scoreboard. Long 3 out of the hands of Shields. Up and no good. Fighting for it is Robbie Reed. It'll go out of bounds off Simeon and will go back the way of Quincy Notre Dame.
One thing about QND, they're packing it in on the defensive side, making Simeon beat him from the 3, and they've been long on all 3 attempts.
QND works it down onto the right side. This is Eftink with it. Tries to toss it back into Reed. He was a little behind the backboard when he tried to do it. It'll be a turnover on Notre Dame. Cassidy Nelson gets it into the hands of Doyle. His shot just a little bit short. And here come the Raiders with it. It's Eftink with the basketball. They work it down into the post, into the hands of Canoyer. Bullies up at the post, gets blocked off the way. Here comes Simeon with it. This is Hamlin with the basketball. A couple of scratches here tonight on Simeon's roster as Hamlin fires up a 3. His shot no good. We have not got to get a lot of research back on Simeon. We are not sure if the guys they are missing tonight are key contributors here or not. Dan sparks out the orders from the volleyball line here at the pit. They'll get it into the hands of F-Tink. His three off the iron, no good. He'll race down his own rebound. Instead, it's fought and wrestled around by Hamlin. Simeon on the run. This is Shields with it. Baseline jumper, no good. Doyle gets it up. He can't tip it in. It'll be out of bounds off Doyle, and we'll head back the other way to the delight of the QND student section. Greg Altmix takes over as he came from Liberty High School, just a stone's throw away here from Quincy, Illinois, where he ran a very successful program, Jack. A lot of years we got to see Liberty go deep into the postseason, even take home a couple of state trophies.
Got a second and a third.
Knoyer with the basketball into the hands of Allensworth. He'll try and drive baseline, gets knocked away there. Nice defense by Cassidy Nelson, the Raiders' third turnover of the contest.
Checking in for the Raiders, number 14, Carter Miller.
Carter Miller checks in for the first time today for Quincy Notre Dame, number 14 on the program, the 6'4 senior forward. There are no sophomores, no freshmen on this roster for QND in the varsity ranks this year. Doyle with the basketball, works it up against what is a little bit of a zone look from QND. Simeon works it around the perimeter. This is Kamari Hamlin with it. Into the hands of Coleman. It's a little bit of a 1-3-1, Jack, something that honestly Simeon may not see very often up in the Chicago Public League. It's turned over. They get it up into the hands of F-Tink. Goes up, gets blocked. Big play there by Simeon. They're back on the run. Doyle with it. Euro step into the hands of Hamlin. Three from the left wing is good. Kamari Hamlin knocks it down, and Simeon is on the board, and it's back to a one-point contest here. Simeon not scoring until 3:33 left in the first. Allensworth with the basketball. Dumps it down into Knoyer. Pretty play in transition for Notre Dame. He's got four. Knoyer does, and it's a 6-3 ball game.
Gotta like the tempo Notre Dame's playing against Simeon here.
.303 left to go here in the first. Simeon with the basketball. They work it back up into the hands of Nelson. Top of the key, works off the pick. Stops at the free throw line. Nowhere to go. Tries to dump it down into the hands of Coleman. And Simeon able to hold on to it. Hamlin's shot, no good with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Stolen away now. Here comes Simeon. Down into the hands of Shields. Goes up with it, and Shields able to finish.
Basketball number 2, Lorenzo Shields.
2:35 left to go here in our first quarter. Almost stolen away now. Here comes Simeon with it as they get the steal. Another turnover for the Raiders. Down into the corner. This is Coleman with it. His three off the mark, no good. And running down the rebound is Jace Allensworth. Jackson Pyatt will check in for Notre Dame on the next dead ball. F-Tink fell trying to set the pick. It's Allensworth. The three is good. Jace Allensworth picks up the miss. For three, it's 9-5 as QND has really got some things settled in. Largest lead of the contest so far for Notre Dame. Hamlin with the basketball. A little three-man weave up at the top of the key. This is Cassidy Nelson. He gets the answer. Nelson with the three, and we're right back to a 9-8 ball game. A minute and a half to go here in the opening period. A little bit wonky in the first 4 minutes, but teams starting to find their stride. Robbie Reed with the basketball, works to the right side. Back into the hands of F-Tink, guarded out at the volleyball line. Allensworth fakes, drives into the lane, gets caught at the right elbow. Fight for the ball. It might be a jump in. Now finally it will be. Andre Tyler will check in for Chicago Simeon, the 6'6 junior, after the fifth turnover from Quincy Notre Dame on the jump ball. Gavin Dolman will check in, the 6'2 junior forward, number 30. F-Tink also still out on the floor, along with Carter Miller, the 6'4 senior forward, number 14. And also on the floor, Connor Young, 5'9" senior guard, Kamari Hamlin, three is good. Hamlin with the answer. It's a lead change for Simeon. 11-9 our ball game with less than a minute to go here in the first. Dolman with the basketball, dribbles down to the block. Nowhere to go. They'll whip it around the perimeter. This is Young with the basketball. They try to throw it into the hands of Dolman. Stolen away now. Hamlin comes up with the turnover. Nelson dumps it down into Doyle. Open shoot from about 8 feet is up and good. And now Greg Altmix takes the Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. We're right back with it here in 30 seconds.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler.
Say cheese.
With antioxidants, natural caffeine, and 0 grams of sugar, Bubbler has benefits in each bubble.
Welcome you back here as Quincy Notre Dame takes the first Adams Fiber timeout of the night for the fastest internet speeds available. That's up to 1 gigabit. That means you'll never buffer while watching us on Central Illinois Sports. Visit our friends at followthefiber.net to learn more and get your service started today. Alex dances back into the contents for Quincy Notre Dame. Shot clock turned off with 34.5 left. Full court pressure here from Chicago. Simeon. Stolen away now. This is Shields with the basketball. Goes up under with the right hand. Shot no good. Rebound collected by Andre Tyler. He'll get it put back up and in. The steal on the score for Chicago Simeon. 15-9. 20 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Another steal. Doyle goes up with a big hammer. Julian Doyle with the big flush. And right back like that, Simeon opens up a 17-9 advantage. They get it down into the hands of Miller. Goes up off the glass, no good. Doyle with the rebound. 6 seconds left to go. This is Hamlin, 3-on-2. Into the hands of Nelson. He'll go up and finish. And that ends our first quarter. Simeon 9, Notre Dame 19, for Simeon. Notre Dame 9 as we show you that last big flush from Julian Doyle. We're right back at the Quincy Shootout after this.
Before I started at DOT, it was like a real low point in my life. I just lost my house, and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple of months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Simeon needs Quincy Notre Dame 19-9 after our first quarter of play.
Notre Dame 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Problem is 9 turnovers in the first quarter. Simeon 8 of 18, 3 of 9, and a couple slams, and they jumped out to a 19-9 lead after trailing in the contest 9-5. 14-0 run.
Notre Dame will have the basketball here to start the second quarter. Eftink with it, gets it down to Robbie Reed in the far corner. Nowhere to go. They try to get it down into Allensworth, and they do. Eftink fakes on the three at the top of the key. Back into Reed. Boy, Simeon is really tough on this defensive side. They tip one away. This comes into the hands of Young. Drives in. Kicks it to the corner to Allensworth. Three is up and good. Chase Allensworth, the big bucket that QND needs. It's 19-12.
He's got 8. Big shot.
Three out of the hands of Tyler is no good. Rebound comes down to Connor Young. Thank you, John. They get it into Allensworth. Goes up high off the glass. Shot no good. Doyle with the rebound. Triple team gets a hand on it, and it's going to be a foul underneath, and we'll see who they whistle it on. It's going to be Jackson Canoyer.
Canoyer picks up first foul of the ball game on either team, according to what I've got.
Isaiah Coleman will check back into the contest. Yes, no fouls whistled in the first quarter.
Keep her rolling, boys. That's the way we like the officiating.
We were in double overtime. We are behind schedule. No matter where you're watching across the country tonight, we welcome you to Quincy at 7:56 here in the Central Time Zone. Doyle on the left wing. Simeon just a little bit overloaded there on the left side. They'll work it back into the hands of Lorenzo Shields. Top of the key, 3. That's tough money. That's a 2. They say it's going to be a 2, the officials declare. It's 21-12.
Numbers turned around on the scoreboard, 21-12.
Stolen away now as Allensworth went into trouble. They dump it down into the hands of Andre Tyler. He'll the quick finish. It's a steal and score for Simeon. He's got 4. It's 23-12. Largest lead of the contest so far for the Wolverines, I believe. As we're going to get guys diving on the floor, it'll head back the way of Quincy Notre Dame. Our shot clock does not reset in that situation. 35-second shot clock in play here at the shootout.
Oh, they call that a turnover. Now, wait a minute. They'll switch it back.
They'll get this figured out. While they do that, we remind you about our good friend at Great Rivers Bank. That's Damon Emmerich. Give him a call for all of your auto, home, and residential needs. Locations in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. 6:22 left to go here in the second. Stolen away. They get it into the hands of Tyler. Looks back, says, nobody's stopping me. He'll get the quick bucket, and it's 25-12. QND is having difficulty getting the basketball inside. When they do, Chicago Simeon closes in quickly, and it leaves those opportunities for those three-point shots. Allensworth's knocked a couple down, but they have really struggled getting this basketball inside. Back out, it's Efting, or excuse me, that's Connor Young. His shot no good. And it's opportunities like that QND is going to have to knock down tonight. Andre Tyler, cross-court pass. This is Hamlin with it. His shot no good. Fighting for the rebounds, Robbie Reed, and we're going to get a foul against Isaiah Coleman, number 4.
Coleman's foul, his first, team first. One on each team, I do believe now. Second quarter action, 5:40 left in the half, 25-12. Simeon with the lead on the Ridgeline scoreboard.
Both Quincy teams in action right now as QHS is up 16-2 over Geneseo. You can watch that game as well.
We're trying to tell the young man in Augustus he's got to go to the scorer's table to report in.
Put the Quincy High game on your tablet. Put us on your TV. Watch both games here tonight from the Quincy Shootout on Friday night. This is Allensworth with the basketball. Goes up, finishes up on the layup. Chase Allensworth didn't get contested very much. That'll stop the bleeding. It's 25-14.
He's got 10 of their 14.
They dump the basketball in. It's tipped away, though. Still recovered now by Simeon. 5:14 left to go. 17 on the 35-second shot clock. Andre Tyler with it. Back into the hands of Doyle. He'll fire up a 3 and good. Julian Doyle knocks another one down from long range. 28-14. Julian Doyle.
With 7 now, and they've doubled it up.
The senior swingman and all-tournament selection at the Pontiac Holiday Tournament. Shot missed by QND. Doyle with the rebound. Here comes Simeon on the run. This is Shields with it. At the right wing, drives to the baseline. Cross-court pass into the hands of Tyler. They find Doyle. Nice ball movement from the Wolverines. Can they connect? Shots up, no good. Rebound, though, grabbed by Armin Augustus. Second chance opportunity here for Simeon. Doyle, 3 from the right wing. That one off the mark as well. Fighting for the rebound. Nice block out that time by Alex Dance. Reed with the basketball over on the left side. Flashing through Canoyer. Instead, they'll kick it back out to Dance. Free ball from the left wing is no good, but Dance, Robbie Reed right there to clean it up. 28-16. 4 minutes left to go here in the second.
Nice job by Reed, making a good thing out of a bad one.
Kind of a hard, Robbie Reed's got a little bit of a hard-nosed player attitude to him. Stop and pop for Shields. Shot no good as Chicago Simeon just takes the first open thing available. They'll fire one up again. That one up and good. Second chance opportunity as Lorenzo Shields knocks it down.
He's got 7.
You give Simeon these second chance opportunities, they're going to make you pay for them, and that's something QND is going to have to do is find a way to win the rebounding battle. Cassidy Nelson and Kamari Hamlin check back in for Simeon. Carter Miller checks back in along with Bo Eftink for QND.
They got so many coaches on the bench down there, there's no room for the players. They're having to sit too deep in coaches.
Simeon has the basketball with 3:30 left to go here. Up and lob. Oh, what a plays. They tried to get Tyler flashing in on the backside. QND will pick up the rebound. They're on the run with it. This is Eftink. Gets stopped at the volleyball line. They kick it over to Dance on the right wing. Dance drives in, tries to get it into the hands of Miller. It'll go out of bounds back to Simeon. 12th turnover already of the half. That's what Simeon does. Makes you turn the ball over.
The fan section kind of quiet now on the Raiders side. Looking for something to get excited about.
Andre Tyler with it, works it back over to the right side. Nelson with the basketball. And slipping there on the baseline. Simeon holds on to it. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Shot out of the hands of Tyler, no good. Getting the rebound with a long-armed Carter Miller. He's on the run. Eftink back out to Miller. 3 from the left corner, no good. And Tyler will get the rebound for Simeon. And we're going to get a foul in the backcourt against Alex Dance.
Alex Dance will pick up his first foul, just second team foul of the ball game. There have not been many fouls called. Coming back in is Robbie Reed, and he'll sit down Canoyer. 31-16, 2:30 left in the half on the Ridgeline scoreboard on Central Illinois Sports.
Hamlin with the basketball. Stolen away now. It's going to be Dance with the steal. Third turnover of the contest against Simeon. He's got it in the right corner. Nowhere to go with it. 4 Raiders around the arc, now all 5. Dance with the basketball. 2 minutes and change left to go here in the first half of a quick moving ball game as we have had very limited fouls called. Allensworth behind the back dribble. Into the hands of Miller. He'll drive baseline, nowhere to go, gets stolen away now. Dance will pick it up to stop the fast break for Simeon.
Dance will pick up his second foul, third team foul.
I think something that's going to have to happen here, Jack, is that QND wants to move this ball. They want to be precious about their possessions, but at a certain point you got to shoot it because if not, Simeon's going to eventually steal it away.
Yep, quick hands, length.
You've just got to take the open shot when it's there. If not, they're eventually going to steal it if you try to burn too much of the 35-second shot
clock. This is not one of those teams with 3 or 4 All-Americans on it like they've had at different times.
No. They are still always a force in the Chicago Public League. They whip it around the arc. Hamlin's shot is no good. Reed with the rebound. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go in the half. He stops at the free throw line. Back over, down into the corner. Nice ball movement this time from QND as Allensworth knocks it down. 31-19. He's got 13, Jack Holt says, as I talked over his voice.
No, we're just trying to get enough airtime for everybody, you know.
Trying to share the wealth here. Simeon with the basketball as it's going to be Shields with it. Surveys the seam. Back over on the right wing now to Cassidy Nelson. They dump it down into Tyler now as he gets it back up the volleyball line. They catch everybody sleeping. Nice ball movement from Simeon. 3 ball from Augustus is good. Armand Augustus. He's got his first 3 of the contest on a nice possession from Simeon. Allensworth dumps it down into Miller. Gets blocked away. Here comes the Wolverines. Shot clock turned off with a half minute to go. Coast to coast as Shields knocks it down. 36-19. Eftink with the basketball. Back into the hands of Robbie Reed. Chicago Simeon pushing QND all the way outside on the arc here. They are not having a great opportunity to get the basketball inside. Now they will to Reed. He'll spot up. Shot up, no good. Hamlin on the defensive stop, and that's going to reach the end of our first half as the basketball goes into the ceiling. It's Simeon 36, Quincy Notre Dame 19. We've got halftime statistics and more on the Little Jess Motor halftime show. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Quincy Shootout live on Central Illinois Sports.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator, Mojaves, and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free Sports Quincy's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincyMedGroup.com/sports injury.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Before I started at DOT, it was like a real low point in my life. I just lost my house, and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple of months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
36-19 here at halftime in the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime show. Notre Dame 8 of 19 from the field, 3 of 7 from the arc. Haven't shot a free throw. They've turned it over 13 times in the first half. They were down 19-9 at half, or at the end of the first quarter. Actually, we're up 9-8 in the ball game, 9-5, their biggest lead of the game. Simeon 16 of 35 from the field, 7 of 20 from three-point land, so they're shooting 35% from there. And they haven't shot a free throw. Only 4 fouls called in the game. Simeon's turned it over 3 times, and it's a 36-19 lead at halftime for Chicago Simeon. We'll take a break on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime show. Come back with individual scoring and more when we come back after these.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
No. About sick of winter, are you? That's the bad news. I don't think the winter's going to end anytime soon. The good news is we have a winter sale, so anything you might be looking for winter is on sale right now at your local Farm Home Supply, including 30% off all Burn outerwear and Noble Outfitters outerwear. And the bird's always hungry. You got a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed for $16.99, or buy more, save more with our suet cakes, 5 for under $5. And keep your handsies and toesies warm. We got 25% off all of our casual shoes or Kinko winter gloves.
Find all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
At Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, Illinois, we have Mavericks, we have Rangers, we have F-150s, 250s, and 350s. If you need help with that perfect look after your purchase, I'm Corey Greinke and I Know Trucks. Come see me at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, Illinois.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, back here at halftime, a 36-19 lead for Simeon at halftime. Quincy Notre Dame sees Jace Allensworth with 13 points in the first half. Jackson Canoyer adds 4 and 2 points from Robbie Reed on that putback. On the other side, 9 points from Lorenzo Shields, 6 points from Andre Tyler. Armand Augustus has a 3 on the night. 7 points from Julian Doyle and 2 3-pointers from Cameron Hamlin. That's the
I'm Chris Nichols, Managing Broker and Owner at Ridgeline Sales Group, LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time home buyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator, Mojaves, and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
36-19 halftime score, and we're ready for second half action between Quincy Notre Dame and Chicago Simeon's Wolverines. Looks like it's going to be Wolverine basketball to start the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like starting fives for both sides will take the court here to begin the second half. Simeon in the road Royal Blues, Quincy Notre Dame in the home whites. Simeon moving left to right on your viewing device. Quincy Notre Dame moving the opposite direction. Brian Shoemaker, Jack Hall, John Hall, your broadcast crew here tonight on Central Illinois Sports. If it's your first time joining us, hit that subscribe button, especially if you are watching in the local area. We'll take you all the way through sectionals and super sectionals this spring and late winter. First three is up and no good for Simeon. They collect the offensive rebound. They get it down into Doyle. He'll go up for the big hammer. They left Julian Doyle standing all alone, and he makes everybody pay for it with a big flush.
Give him 9.
Driving in was Knoyer. Shot no good. He bumps into Hamlin. No call. Officials discuss where it's going to go, and they say it's going to stay with Quincy Notre Dame. QND down by a little bit. They led in this ball game 9-5 in the early going. After that, it was a big run from Simeon, and they have not looked back since. F-Tink with it. Takes a few dribbles, now gets it back into the hands of Allensworth. He's had a nice first half. F-Tink flashes out to the left side off the 2 picks. They get it back into him, and we got a foul underneath at the low block. And they whistle that against Simeon, Jack. That's going to be Cassidy Nelson.
Nelson will pick up the foul, his first, team first. Just the second foul called on them tonight, 2 on Q&D. Clean ball game.
Dance will inbound the basketball, tosses it into the hands of Knoyer. Back into Dance, drives in, creates a little space there. Nowhere to go, though. Simeon is really, really good at this defense thing. Runner from Allensworth, no good. Tip in for Robbie Reed as he'll knock it down. Robbie Reed with the tip-in bucket. He's got 4, and we're back to a 38-21 basketball game. And we'll get a timeout from Simeon as Tim Flowers wants to talk it over. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. Chicago Simeon 38, Quincy Notre Dame 21 as we show you the last tip-in for Robbie Reed. You're watching the Quincy Shootout on Central Illinois Sports.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
38-21, 6:52 left third quarter. Coach didn't like what he was seeing on the Simeon side, so he called the timeout. Now we'll reset, and away we go.
Well, I think if anything, he's reinforcing to his guys, don't let guys stand around unmatched on the low block, as Robbie Reed was able to get that pretty easy tip in with no contest whatsoever. Simeon with the basketball works it down into Hamlin. He's been a little bit of a three-point threat in this first half.
Got a couple.
Shields with the basketball. Stops, pops into over the hands of Nelson. Drives in baseline. Boy, Simeon moves the basketball in a hurry. This is Shields. He'll stop. Pop 3 from the right wing is good. Lorenzo Shields.
Give him 12 on the night.
On the nice ball movement there from the Simeon Wolverines. Dance with the basketball, gets a little bit of contact, gets it into the hands of Reed. Reed will get knocked down and will get a foul against Simeon.
I think Doyle's going to pick it up, will he not? He is first, team second. Where have I heard that before?
Dance will try to inbound, toss it into F-Tink. 3-ball might have got tipped. Goes off the mark, and the rebound comes down into Lorenzo Shields' hands. He'll quickly get it up to Doyle, down to Hamlin. Hamlin knocks it down from long range. Third three of the contest, yeah. Thank you. 44-21 as Chicago Simeon moves it down the floor with just one dribble. It's something that we've seen from these out-of-town teams as it's stolen away from Doyle. Watch out. Takeoff time for Doyle. 46-21. Doyle with 11. And we're going to get a foul in the backcourt against Lorenzo Shields.
Shields picks up the foul. It will be his first, team third. 46-21, 5:32 left third quarter. The running clock does not come into effect till the fourth quarter on a 30-point lead.
Armand Augustus checks back in. Andre Tyler also back on the floor for Simeon as well. Reed will inbound for Quincy Notre Dame. They'll get it into the hands of Jackson Canoyer. Drives down on the left side. This is F. Tink with the basketball in the weave. Tries to spin around, nothing there. Back into the hands of Reed now.
So is Q&D boys team a 2A this year? I know the girls are a 3A.
They are 2A this year. And a block there as it's going to be a foul, though, whistled against Isaiah Coleman.
First free throws we're going to see of the night as Bo Eftink will step to the free throw line looking for his first points. 5:15 left third quarter, 46-21. 5:15 in the quarter remaining. That's on the Ridgeline scoreboard.
Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank here for all of your residential home and auto needs. Go visit any of our friends in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Eftink with the 22nd point of the night for Q&D, with he's good from the free throw line.
Tamaje Taylor, the 5'2 senior, or 6'2 senior, number 11, checks in for the first time for the Wolverines. Is the second free throw also up and no good. Connor Young will check back in for the Raiders.
Up and good.
Up and good. What did I say?
No
good.
Up and
no good.
I think you're just being negative. I
don't
know.
We've already been here too long to know we've been here long enough.
5 seniors on this squad and a flock of juniors for Quincy Notre Dame. Coach Altmix gets some time with them. He will build them into a pretty solid squad. You can bet on that.
Well, what you've seen even at Liberty with some of his lesser talented teams, it was a rough start at the start of the year. About midway season, they became a little bit of a dangerous threat if you caught them on the wrong night. And by February 1st, it was a team you simply didn't want to go up against. We saw that the past couple of years. As Simeon tosses this one away, it's their 4th turnover of the contest. You limit yourself to that few of turnovers through 2.5 quarters of play, you're going to find yourself in a good position to win.
Lots of basketball action. 8 games coming your way tonight from the 2 gymnasiums. We'll have 9 more tomorrow, I do believe.
Breakfast at Blue Devil Gym. What are you bringing for breakfast tomorrow, Jack?
Well, I think I'll have a donut. How about you?
I'll take one if you're bringing. F-Tink, stop, pop, 3 from the corner, no good. Flying up for the rebound, it's Taylor instead. It's going to be Canoyer coming up with it. His shot no good. He gets his own offensive rebound, drives in, dumps it down. This is F-Tink with it. Nowhere to go. Allensworth might have gotten away with an extra step. Canoyer with it. Now back out to Allensworth. His 3 off the rim, no good. And it'll come down to Tamaje Taylor.
3 shots at the basket that time for Notre Dame. Aggressive on the offensive board.
Shields with the basketball. Fancy little layup, goes up and in.
He's got 14.
Half a quarter gone by here in the third. Allensworth on the backdoor cut, nothing there. Now they get it down to him in the post, guarded by Shields. Fade away with the right hand, no good. Julian Doyle's long arms get it. They pass it all the way down into the hands of Miller to Taylor. Back out to Miller. Boy, Chicago Simeon works their way around the perimeter well.
Quick touch. Looked like a shortstop second baseman turned to double play.
Doyle's fade away from about 17 feet, no good. It'll head out of bounds. And back to the way of the Raiders.
Jalen Hutch. Back in for the Raiders, number 3, Alex Davis.
Jalen Holtz checks in for the first time for Simeon, wearing number 12. Carter Miller back in the contest for QND.
Did we come up with hula in that?
Holtz.
Holtz. I'll be darned.
Dances runner, no good. He'll get his own rebound. A fresh 35 for QND. Miller drives in, tries to go for that baseline pass. Doyle's long arms get it. They knock it off of Miller, and it's going to go out of bounds back to Simeon with 3:06.
15 turnovers now in the ball game for the Raiders.
Well, and we'll say that. I mean, you get to 15 turnovers in the third quarter. It's going to be a challenge against most teams. You do it against a team like Simeon, and you have really put yourself a step behind. Tyler with the basketball, tosses it out. This is Taylor, his 3. Tamaje Taylor knocks it down. There isn't anybody on this Simeon roster that can't hit a 3. Allensworth quickly on the other end. Spin move goes in. Contact, no call, and it gets stolen away, though, as Taylor comes up with it for Simeon. Tyler drives in And he was trying to pass it to somebody. He wants a foul called.
They said it went off a dance. No, now they're going to switch it. The official said it went off a dance, and then he changed his mind.
Jackson Pyatt will come back in for QND. Gavin Dolman also re-enters for the Raiders.
28-point lead, 51-23.
They try to toss it down into the hands of Dolman, and they get it into Miller's hands. He's able to hold on to it after it getting tipped away. Dance gets everybody up off their feet. He gets blocked from behind. This is Taylor. Taylor lofts it up, a little bit high for Tyler's arms, and it'll go out of bounds. Just about had a little showtime, razzle-dazzle.
Turnover number 5. He needed the rim that time to keep himself off his back on the floor.
Young was all the way open on the far corner, and they couldn't get it to him. Doyle gets his hands on it, tosses it up to Tyler. Tyler, layup, no good. They get it back to Doyle, to Holch, He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line.
First free throws for the Wolverines on the night. Dolman's going to pick up the foul and be his first. Just the third foul of the ball game against QND. 1:44 left, third quarter, 51-23. These two free throws for what, Hullock? Is that
Holch.
Holch?
Holch, I think that's what we've got. We're hearing is Holch.
First free throw is up and good.
We welcome those of you that are joining us from watching the Quincy High Blue Devils. A little bit of a lopsided score over at Blue Devil Gym right now over Geneseo. So if you're coming to watch a more competitive contest, we've got a little bit of one for you here as it's 52-23.
Second free throw, no good.
That pass goes into the hands of head coach Tim Flowers. He says, I'm not wearing a jersey anymore, but it would be fun if I could.
So it will be Wolverine basketball.
Doyle inbounds to Armon Augustus, the 5'10 senior. They'll drive in. Nice little Euro step through is for Andre Tyler. 54-23, 1:26 left to go here in the third.
8 points for him now.
They get it into Dolman. He'll take it up high off the glass and good. Gavin Dolman able to finish for QND.
His first two. 29-point lead with 1:10 left in the third quarter.
Step back three out of the hands of Augustus is up and good.
He's got 6.
57-25. Miller with the basketball. Almost gets it stripped away, and now he does. That's Holch, into the hands of Tyler. Reverse layup, dances its way into the bucket.
He's got 10.
59-25. Nice ball movement here from QND as they're going to find a streaking Jackson Pyatt. His first two of the contest with a half minute to go. Shot clock is turned off here at the pit. Chaminade and Shawnee Mission coming up in the nightcap. Should be a dandy. 15 seconds left to go here. And it's going to go back out of bounds for the Raiders.
Unless the Raiders can make a three here, we'll have a running clock in the fourth quarter.
30-point mercy rule in effect here in the land of Lincoln.
We'll say the Notre Dame kids, they're playing their hearts out. They're just out athleticism on this one, I think, is all you can say.
Well, the defensive effort from Chicago Simeon is impressive. And it's a defensive effort that keeps them into most basketball games, even up against top-tier teams in the Chicago Public League.
We'll look forward to seeing them again tomorrow.
Robbie Reed bullies his way down inside, gets tripped away now, and it's going to be stolen away. Long pass will not get a shot clock off before the buzzer, and it's the end of three. Simeon 59, QND 27, fourth quarter play-by-play your way here in 1 minute.
Bostard Farm Equipment has served our community since 1986, carrying the quality brands you know and trust. Now in our second generation, we are proud to continue our family's legacy of quality customer service from showroom to field. We offer new, used, and consignment sales. So whether you're working 1 acre or 1,000, we have something for every operation. Our customers work hard, That's why we work hard to keep America's farmer in the field and not in the shop. We look forward to serving our community and customers for decades to come.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
$59-27 after 3 quarters. We'll have a running clock in the 4th quarter here as Simeon leads away. Notre Dame 11 of 32 from the field, 3 of 11 from the arc, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. They've got 16 turnovers in the first 3 quarters. Simeon 24 of 46, 11 of 25 from the arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. They've turned the ball over 6 times. We have only had 8 fouls called in the contest.
I mean, we're not going to take anything away from QND on this effort tonight, folks. They've played hard. They've done some things right tonight. This is just a Chicago Simeon team that is super tough. As taking it coast to coast is going to be Jesse House, number 13 on the Simeon roster, is at 61-27. Simeon still with 3-quarter court pressure here.
Well, I mean, we've seen them when they've had 10 or 11 guys come off the bench, and every one of them could play for a D1 team.
Some deep NBA alumni, Derrick Rose, Nick Anderson, Jabari Parker, Ben Wilson on that roster. I mean, Derrick Rose was just there for a big homecoming, and they just commemorated that 1984 state championship team here earlier this season as well.
Ben Wilson was from Simeon, correct?
Right.
He was going to go to Illinois that was killed. Yeah. And he was going to be a tremendous player, taking the early part of his life in a senseless murder.
Simeon with the basketball. This is House with it. Stops, pops from about 9 feet. No good. Tipped away. Wolverines will get a second chance here. This is Tamaje Taylor driving up and in. His shot no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Bo Efting.
You can go for those steals when you got some big boys playing defense underneath there for you, get you?
Dance with the basketball. He'll take a few extra dribbles. The shot clock is off, and we will roll around no good. Shot clock is off because the running clock disables that.
I'll be darned. That I did not know.
We learn something new every day. Tyler with the basketball. Goes down. He gets bumped and out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Notre Dame, they say. Line change for QND. We'll try to get everybody here. It's going to be John Dom, the 6'2", senior. Number 44 is not on our card. Oh, TJ Togarepi is number 44 in the program. He's a freshman.
And we saw him at the state tournament last year.
Saw him in the junior high state tournament. He was participating in the MVIT at Mendon as their JV team was in action there, and he was a nice basketball player against some varsity squads. This is Dolman up off the glass with it. A quick 2 here at 61-29. He's got 4 on the contest, but Togarepi had some nights where he put in 20 to 25 for QND JV in the varsity tournament.
Yeah, he's a nice player.
Making sure we've got everyone listed that is in the contest here. Young is back on the floor. Jackson Pyatt back on the floor. That one stripped and stolen away as Taylor tried to go up with it. They tried to find Togarepi on the right wing. Instead, it gets kicked and goes out of bounds. Running clock still in play here. We're at less than 5 minutes to go in this one as Sully Walker will check in. We don't know a lot about Sully, but the QND student section does, and they're happy to see him on the floor. The 6'3" junior forward gets into the court for the Raiders. Down into the corner, it's Walker. 3 up, blocked, no good. And the rebound comes down into the hands of Hulch. Augustus with the basketball, and we're going to get a official stoppage just to get some guys in for Simeon.
And the clock keeps on ticking.
Carlos Goodwin checks in. He is number, they had 31 scratched in on the book. We'll have to get that corrected for tomorrow.
It was the best I can do for you.
That's all right. Carday Reddick, the 5'11 junior, comes in number 24. And Isaac Mosby Jr., the 6'4 senior, is number 23. So 21 would be Carlos Goodwin. Tipped up and in, that is Carlos Goodwin. We've got him right here.
Where do we have him?
Our sleuth solving skills have got us squared away. Here's Carlos Goodwin is number 21 in the program for Simeon. Ball on the missed three for QND, went up and over the backboard.
63-29.
Oh, thank you, guys. 63-29 as we approach 3 minutes left to go in this one. Chaminade, Shawnee Mission should be a fun nightcap here. Grab yourself your favorite drink and a hot little snack and get settled in with us. That one will go out of bounds. This will be the only appearance for QND in the shootout. They will take on Beardstown tomorrow. I believe that's at Beardstown.
Correct. They're having big supper, girls and guys. Well, no, the girls aren't playing because they're playing Bloomington Central Catholic.
That'll be a big matchup for the QND girls tomorrow.
I think it's right here, isn't it?
Yes, that's here tomorrow morning. Togarepi drove in. They'll work it back around. Nice ball movement to Dolman. His little short jumper up and good. Gavin Dolman's got 2 more.
6 for him now.
The QND girls are a pretty tough team.
They in Pittsfield played to a packed house at Boschel. You had that one, Brad. It was a dandy.
Tipped out of bounds as Antonio Porterfield is number 35. He's in the contest for Simeon as well. We will get the note cards updated for tomorrow.
Well, we'll do our best.
We'll do our best. That's all we do here at Central Illinois Sports is try really hard, and so do washing machines.
Well, they work very hard.
Well, washing machines work pretty hard. You're right. 3 ball on the way out of the hands of Porterfield is no good. It'll be Sully Walker with the rebound for QND. Simeon does not care that we've got a running clock. They're just going to keep playing full court defense. Carday Reddick gets the foul for Simeon.
He was bound determined he was going to get that foul.
Well, it gets you in the book, and that's what counts. Royce Boyd is number 34, the 6'3 junior for QND. He's also into the contest. Stolen away by Jaden Newell, and here comes QND on the run. It's Sully Walker, and Sully Walker gets it in for the quick 2, and that is the most excited the QND student section has been tonight, and by gosh, that's a good thing.
All road detractors in tonight, watching the game, having a good time.
On the baseline drive, up and in. It's going to be Jaden Newell. He's going to get the bucket and go to the free throw line is Jaden Newell, the freshman. Jaden King, excuse me. Jaden Newell scratched from the lineup. Jaden King is the sophomore, number 30. As the clock continues to run, he'll get the Band-Aid bucket, and it's 66-33. Long 3 out of the hands of Sully Walker is no good, and that one's going to wrap this one up. Simeon defeats QND 66-33. It's the Logan Agri Service postgame show. We'll get this one wrapped up for you here in just a moment on Central Illinois Sports.
At Logan Agri Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Kepi. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
Welcome you back here on the Logan Agri-Service postgame show as Chicago Simeon defeats Quincy Notre Dame 66-33 in a running clock finish. Jack Hall has a final look at your numbers out of this one.
Well, quickly, Notre Dame 14 of 38 from the field, 3 of 13 from the arc, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Led in scoring by Jace Allensworth. He had 13 points on the night. 6 from Gavin Dolman off the bench, 2 from Bull Eftink. 4 points from Robbie Reed on a couple putbacks. Jackson Canoyer had 4 points, 2 points from Jackson Pyatt, and Sully Walker had 2 on the night. The squad from Simeon, 27 of 54 on the night, 11 of 26 from the arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Lorenzo Shields, the MVP of the game, had 14 points on the night, 10 points from Andre Tyler, 6 from Armand Augustus, 11 points from Julian Doyle, and Tamaja Taylor had a 3. Jesse House with 2, 2 for Carter Reddick, and 9 points on 3 3-pointers by Hamlin in the contest.
We thank you for joining us here for our game 3 of 4. Come right back in a few moments. We've got Chaminade taking on Shawnee Mission. It should be a heck of a nightcap here at the pit. We'll be right back with more coverage of the Quincy Shootout. We'll get it spit out here live from Quincy Notre Dame on Central Illinois Sports.